Hey there, Michelle here, and welcome to day one or module one of the Cash Injection Bootcamp for coaches and consultants and service based businesses. That's who I work best with, so that's who this program is for. And these are industries I know really well because I'm in that industry myself, and I've also worked with a lot of people in that same industry. So the stuff that I'm giving you in this workshop are things that have been tried and tested by myself and by my clients as well. So you can be sure that everything I'm teaching you, if you follow it to plan, is going to work for you. Now, what you should know about my training is that there's no fluff. So you're not going to have to sit through hours of training, but don't be fooled by, the 10-minute videos. There is a lot of information in there. There's a lot for you to go away and do. And if you do it fully and do it the way that I'm asking you to do it, it'll be everything that you need to do. One of the things that I find really frustrating with a lot of programs, and I've done a lot over the years, is I think people tend to feel like they need to, pad them out to give more information so it looks more valuable. But a lot of the time what happens is people don't actually do the work because they just become overwhelmed. And by the time they finish learning, we're all time poor, so we don't have a lot of time to then implement the stuff. So it's very simple. There's no new formula on the planet that's just going to, have you make a whole bunch of money overnight just because you want to. This is going to require work and commitment and effort. But if you do the things that I'm asking you to do, this will work for you. So if you are in a place of cash flow crisis right now, I know it's hard to say, don't worry, because I know it's really, really stressful, but you're about to get yourself out of that situation. And then, on the final day, I'm going to show you how you can be so consistent with your sales activity that you don't get in this position again. We want to make sure that we're consistently selling every single day so that, we don't hit these cash flow type situations, cash flow crisis situations. All right, so what I want you to do is just watch through the video, watch everything, have the worksheet open alongside you, and then when you're done with listening to the video, you can go and do the work. Another option is you can stop the video after each exercise and then go do that, but it's not very long, so you probably just want to listen to the whole lot, come back to it if you need to. Now, this program is designed to be done over 5 days, so one day at a time. Now, some of you are going to be high achievers and you want to race in and you want to get everything done all in one day. You can do that, knock yourself out, but it's really designed to happen over 5 days, because while there's only 2 or 3 things on the list of this first day, there's actually a lot of work behind it. And if you do it properly, if you do it fully, then it's going to take your time, and if you've got 5 full days to give to this, great. If you haven't, if you've only got a few hours or an hour a day, then it might take you a little bit longer. But ideally, you want to get this done over 5 days. We want to create momentum and we want to get you moving forward fast. All right, so the first thing is, let's open up that worksheet. So today is really about getting all of your ducks in a row and getting you feeling ready for massive action. I've put together a list of things that I want you to do today in preparation for moving into big action tomorrow, okay? So the first thing is I just want you to create a list of all the items that you have for sale right now. So if you are a coach, for example, and right now you might only be selling, one coaching package, but maybe you've got other programs that you perhaps created and run, and then you've not stopped running them anymore, or you might have had an ebook or something like that. That you've forgotten about because it's down the back end of your website somewhere. I want you to go through and list everything that you have for sale. So maybe you used to run VIP days and you don't sell them anymore, or maybe you started creating a sales page around that and you got it up and running, and then you thought, no, I don't want to do that anymore. So create a list of all of the stuff that you've got, that if somebody came to you and said, gun to head, what have you, I want to buy something off you, what have you got? No, I don't want that. What else have you got? What else have you got? Make sure that you're really clear about everything. So that's the first job. Just write a list of everything. You might find that you've got stuff in there that you totally forgot that you even had created once upon a time. So that's the first item on the list. And the next thing is everything that you have to sell. I want you to make sure all the sales pages are correct and up and running and functioning properly. All the links are working, the content's up to date. You want to even test if you can. So for example, say you used to sell an ebook and you haven't been selling it for a little while, maybe go in and reduce the price to a cent or something like that, or 20 cents or whatever, and then go and buy that book, and then just make sure that the system is working. All right, you want to test everything, because if you're going to create some massive sales action, massive sales activity around these things, the last thing that you want is the added stress of links breaking and not working and having to deal with emails from people that are unhappy, or it's just more effort. If things aren't automated and working the way that you want them to, it's just going to take you more effort. We want this to be easy, simple. Okay, so make sure everything's working right. Maybe there's some language on some of the sales pages that you feel like, oh, I kind of evolved from there, I need to change that. Or maybe there's something in a program that you thought that's outdated. Maybe you had, for example, Facebook ads training or something like that. You can have that as part of a program, and then it's, out of date real quick. So it might be something you can remove because you just don't want to do it anymore, or something that needs updating, so that you have all of those things that you have ready for sale. You feel good about selling them. They feel like there's no drama around them. We want to remove any thoughts in the back of your head saying, oh, I want to sell that, but I'm a bit worried about, I think there were some typos in it, or I think maybe that link was broken. Deal with all of that today. We want to make sure everything is correct. And then the next thing that you want to do is just check over your website and your social pages. And again, make sure everything is up to date and really welcoming. So make sure there's consistency all across the board. You want to make sure that if you, for example, your About section on your website, you might have just redone that and it looks amazing and incredible and you're happy with that, but you haven't updated it on your Facebook business page yet. Go and do that. You might have an old YouTube channel that you plan on using again, but you just haven't got around to branding it. Do that. This is an opportunity to pull everything into line, bring a whole other level of professionalism across the board, make sure everything's super consistent, so that when you open the doors to your sale, it's basically like welcoming someone into your house, welcoming guests into your house. You don't want to invite someone into your house when the dishes aren't done and crap's all over the place, and the floors have got stuff all over them and the washing's piled up all over the lounge room. We want to make sure if we're inviting new guests into our house that it's nice and tidy, and it's the same with your internet house. So just make sure everything is looking beautiful and everything's consistent. Any links that are there are up to date and working, all of that stuff. So that's it today. It's short and sweet, but we're just laying the foundations today. So go and do all of that work. And in the Facebook group, be sure to tag me. If you're unsure about anything or you want me to answer a question for you, just tag me in the Facebook group and I will make sure that I get in and answer those questions for you. Anyway, that's it. Get the work done and I'll see you tomorrow.